Hi, this is Maginoni. Here's some comic reviews for you. I got a bunch of the Secret Wars stuff, and we got Superman, Batman. Now, this issue here, Truth, in a sense, kind of ties into the other Superman book that came out. It's not an exact, basically a part two, but this is the how the world is reacting to knowing that Superman is Clark Kent. So it's, I guess you can say, if you want to get a much more richer view of what's going on, this is what you can get. If you couldn't care less, then just stick with the regular. Now, that being said, I will say this was probably one of my more favorite Batman Superman books. Some of these books have just been horrendous, and this I actually enjoyed somewhat. Now, part of my enjoyment, though, was watching Lex Luthor he's just taunting Superman, and he's enjoying every single second of the situation that Clark is in. Now, the sad thing is, one of the best parts of the relationship was how he couldn't figure out, who Superman is. But now that he knows, now he's just using that information just keep poking at him. And, I have to admit, one other part of the thing I'm just kind of finding amusing is how Superman's always walking around with, like, a ripped shirt around his hands, like he's, like, Mr. Tough Guy and stuff. But that's besides the point. Anyways, Superman's being jumped constantly, and these people are using a special, energy weapon, and has a unique signature that's coming out of Gotham. So basically Clark and Lex go to Gotham to figure out what's going on, and that's when they encounter Batman. And I think the one failed part of this book is when Clark goes to the Batcave and he meets Alfred, and Alfred basically tells him he's dead. And Clark's reaction is, well, Albert was known to be an actor, so yeah, okay, where is he? Type of a thing. And now, I understand how, yes, you can automatically assume that, really, is he dead? But it's just this weird lack of emotion that just made me go, I don't know, it just seemed unrealistic with their with the relationship that they've had in the New 52. And I think part of me thinks that this was a wasted opportunity for a great moment. But on the other hand, you know what? They're showing us this new Clark Kent. And this new Clark Kent, he seems to be a little bit more emotionally disconnected. So, it kind of does fit, but it's just, like I said, this is the type of moment that you would normally have waited for, for a long-time fan to see, and that part of it was disappointing. And obviously these two are not going to get along, so we'll see how this is going to work out. Okay, Marvel Zombies #1. Now, as you can imagine, this is just basically zombies and humans fighting. Now, there's basically a wall going around their battle zone, and there's a group of humans up on the wall who are basically protecting everybody from the zombie incursion. And one of this girl here, she's related to the Bloodstone character. I think Ulysses Bloodstone or something like that. And this is the daughter, and she's basically leading the people up on the wall. Well, she gets sent way deep behind enemy lines, and because of the work of the enemy, like a zombified Nightcrawler. And she meets this young boy, and then it's basically her quest to go back. Overall, the story I thought was decent. The art is okay, but if anything, what's really going to be fun about this is just watching her just fight the zombies. I mean, this picture here of the zombified Juggernaut is fantastic. I really like that. And as long as they keep enough zombies getting killed, everything will be great for this issue, for this run. I'll definitely be getting the next issue. Inferno 2 picks up compared to where it left off. Now, the first issue was solid. this gets better because now we're going, okay, battle lines are being made, and we see who's on what side, and we're about to get some serious ass whipping coming up really shortly. Basically, the Goblin Queen needs somebody to tip the scales in her favor. If she can get Colossus to join her side, then that may be just enough to get rid of the Darkchild. And so she gives Colossus her sword and says, "Go forth and conquer." And it ended basically pretty well too. This is definitely so far panning out to be a much more entertaining read, and I'm really enjoying this book so far. The art's decent, and I'm just really hoping for some demon slaughtering next issue. Okay, Captain Marvel #1. This one was one of those issues where I don't know if I'm going to keep getting or not. But basically, it's Captain Marvel, and she's got a team of pilots. And Captain Marvel, she's got her costume, and she flies, and the other people are in planes. And basically, they're given a mission, and Carol basically goes, she starts doubting it. They thinks that there's something wrong. Well, she's told that there's a boat that's coming with Ultrons. So she goes there, sends her people. They blow it up, and she finds out that that's not the case. There actually is a human on there, or humans were on there. Now, what's really good about this issue is it's the little things. It's basically giving you, okay, granted, here's this big story here, but within the panels, there are some side stories. It's basically side cases of what this world is like. It's like the Thors believe Doom grabbed a star, so to speak, and crafted a hammer from the stars. They don't realize there's a light cycle of day and night. They don't understand how all that works, and it's like a very in a way, it's a very smart brainwashing, because what Doom is doing is he's basically saying it exists because I created it, and you shouldn't look into it. And because he knows that if people start digging and they find the truth, this whole thing unravels. So there's a lot of that's why I'm kind of torn, because I fear there may be more of that little good stuff in here. And if there is, then I want to make sure I get that. But at the same time, this book really isn't that interesting to me. So I'm like, I don't even care who the humans are who are on that boat. But we'll see. Maybe when issue 2 comes out, if it's a lighter week, I'll buy it. Okay, Ghost Riders #1. I have a feeling this book is gonna not get any fans, but at the same time, I kind of enjoyed it. Now, basically, what it is, imagine this. You have Arcade, right? And then you have all of the Ghost Riders, and they're all in a big race, and they're all shooting each other, and the losers get tortured. And that's what this book is. And I mean, I'm leaving out the big thrust of the story, but that's the gist of what's going on with all the racing and stuff. But I enjoyed it. Is it the best of the Battle World books? Absolutely not. But there's a little bit of it that I just enjoyed it. I liked seeing the cars race, and I liked the cars shooting each other, the Ghost Riders, and I'll at least get the second issue. I'll at least do that. But I can tell you this probably is not going to be for everybody, though. Okay, Ultimate End #2. Alright, basically issue here is the two Marvel worlds that are survived, the 616 and the Ultimate. They're basically trying to figure out, okay, what's going on. And they're basically told, don't do anything. Don't fix it, don't try to. Don't, just stay where you're at and don't do anything. Well, that's not going to sit well with the two Tonys, and they're going to start tinkering. You have a really good moment between Peter Parker, Gwen, and Aunt May. You actually get to see like how far the Thors will go to maintain their law, which was like kind of like a really shocking moment at the beginning, and at the end it's basically chaos. So you get a nice little mixture of things, and I don't know. I mean, this is another one of those books, kind of like with the Miss Marvel book, where you're getting to see a slightly different piece of what's going on, and this is this piece of what's going on in that they know that the world, there was a beginning to all of this, and they know what it was. So that's what keeps me interested in this. It's not the greatest book, I can tell you that much. This could have been a lot better written, but this was a little bit better than the first issue, so that's at least a plus. So anyways, that's the reviews for this week. Let me know what you guys picked up, what you guys enjoyed. We'll have some more reviews. I got a toy haul too that I've been trying to do, and so hopefully I'll get that done. We'll have more stuff later. Like, share, do the podcast with Cons, Freaks, and Geeks, and more stuff later. So until next time.